What's going on, my good people? We outside, we walking, getting our life together. Yeah, man. One thing about, being in this old skin suit, I know I'll be saying this, I probably haven't said it in a minute, but it's our duty while we have this here skin suit is to treat it as best as we can. So that's why I be saying, like, get out and walk, get out and run, do something for yourself. Like, you pay everybody else in finance and time and all this other stuff, man. Get out there and pay yourself. You owe it to you to take care of you so you can take care of everybody else. How you gonna take care of everybody else? You can't take care of you. So the best way to stay healthy is stay active, man. And I ain't really trying to get y'all no super fitness tips because I ain't that type of person. That's more so my wife. But yeah, man, get out there and show out for yourself. You know. Anyways, whew, I want y'all to get a view of this. Hold on. Beautiful. So, I had to take in a little breath real quick, because this is a touchy subject because it's real personal to me. So, if you don't know, um, in 2009, I lost my mom to cancer. Like I watched my mom shrink down to 60 pounds. Like it was tragic, bro. Like I kept that in my head. Like the picture of seeing my mom that last time was so tragic, man. I lived with that for almost 10 years. Like just the picture, not what she used to look like. The picture of what she looked like when she died. That's how tragic that was to me. And then in 2015, on March 11th, a week before my birthday, my sister died from cancer. Week of my birthday, 2015, March 11th. So, watch her breast swell up. So, in one essence, I watched one of my queen. I watched my mom die, from cancer. So she shrunk up. But my sister was different. She had inflammatory breast cancer. It's like they said she had cancer, and it was like 7, 8 months later, she was gone. And so her breast swelled up real big, man. She used to sweat all the time, man. It had all this stuff. Man, it was crazy. That one, it was tragic because I had to go see her every day. I was taking care of her. She was staying with me. And I had to go through that, and I watched my sister die. Like, we went to the hospital one day. It's like, oh, yeah, we just need to drain some fluid. Just went to the hospital. 1 month later, gone. And so, celebrating my birthday, we come back, we have the memorial because she was cremated. Bruh, after my sister died, because when my mom died, I still had somebody that I could talk to, somebody I could talk to that was real close to my mama. That's my sister. We grew up in the house together. Like we a year and some change apart. We know my mama. So when we talk about my mom, we can have something together, man. We still got that connection to her through one another. Boy, when I lost my sister, and there was no connection to the house that I grew up in. I grew up in a single mom house. Like my mom didn't have, my dad there for a little bit. And then some men come in. One was violent, all this other crazy ass shit. But me and my sister grew up and we went through all of that together. So I still had that semblance. But when my sister died, bro, something happened to my spirit, bro. Something happened to me. Like something in me died. Like something in me died. Like after my mom died, I kept paying the phone bill just so, like every now and again, I could call, I could still hear her voice. Like I did that for a long time. But I didn't know that I was crying out to God in this time, man. Like I'm just asking all these questions, like, man, why is people dying around me? Why are everybody, why? Like, just all types of madness happening around me because at the time my mom died, my aunt had a stroke 2 months later. So we watched them cut her brain open and we watching her brain. Like, that was 2 months after my mom died. Tragic. 2015, right after my sister died, 2 months later, my dad had a stroke. Tragic. Tragedy on tragedy on tragedy, bro. So I'm finding myself being emotional all the time. And you know, if you a manly man, dog, this ain't normal. All this time, I ain't know I was crying out to God. When you got a problem and you say, man, hey man, I'm in a mess right now. I don't know what to do. I'm in a mess. And man, you be crying out like, man, I got all this pain, man. What's going on, man? What you gonna do? And so, like, I'm doing all of this stuff, drinking a lot, um, having sex with multiple different women that I probably never had sex with in my life had I not been in this type of situation, like this type of pain. And bro, I'm crying out to God, just crying out, bro. Like, why? 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 Man, look at here. Let me tell you something about God's time. It's not gonna be what you expect it to be. So let me tell you about God's time. I'm crying out, why am I feeling pain? Why am I feeling lost? Why am I feeling empty? Man, I once told this girl, man, she was like, what's wrong with you? Like, we have sex, you don't even like look into my eyes. I was like, I said, let me tell you something. And I'm gonna just be honest because you asking me a question. I said, I'm empty. I said, as much as I care for you, I just don't have no love in my heart. And that's all I had to give, man. I got fresh, wet, and bubble gum. And I'm fresh out. That's all I got. And so I'm walking around with all this pain, but then we get back to God's time. And so I'm at this party, man. It's 2017. My friends convinced me to throw a party on the day that my sister died, so I just wouldn't be in a sad mood. So I was like, all right, let's do it. Like my sister smoked weed every day since the day she had went to college. Probably before that, but my sister was a weed smoker. So at this time, I consider myself retired from corporate America. I just wasn't doing the dance no more. And so in my mind, I just said, okay, well, I ain't doing no more of this school thing or no more of this working for people thing. I'm just gonna figure it out, man, and God's gonna lead me. We just gonna figure it out. So I'm not working anymore, and I said, well, since I ain't working no more, I'm gonna go ahead try some weed for the first time. And look here, this is the first time I had smoked a blunt. So like the bong, it just kind of like knock you out, like you don't. Like if you're a real smoker, you probably survive through a bong. But if it's your first time, you going to sleep. And I try the edible, and then you just go to sleep. But a blunt is different, man. A blunt is different because at the time I know you mixing tobacco and weed. It's a double sucker punch in the face. So I hit the weed twice, and I ain't feel nothing. And so it's this girl. She's like, "Can you walk me to my car?" I walk into a car, and we talking, and then it hit. I said, "Man, I feel weird." And then I closed the car door with her and got on back in the house. At this time, it started raining. Started raining. So I'm trying to hustle back to the house, but I'm not understanding that my body is going through something else right now. And I don't know what it is. But whatever I done smoked in this weed, then brought out what was truly in my heart, what I had been crying out to God. So now, when you don't be in no weed state, you can't control nothing. Like, when you're in a weed state, especially for your first time, you don't control nothing. Like, it's different for me smoking now because I can control. Okay, I can still get up and move around. And back then, man, when I had just smoked that blunt, man, come on now. So, close the car over her, and I'm hustling back to the house. And I get to the driveway, and I slip. And it was one of them hit your back slips. And my garage is up because there's people in the garage partying in the garage, they're in the house, they're in the backyard. They everywhere in the house. It's like full infiltration. They in one of them type of parties. Like, we was having a good time. Like, you hear the music in the garage, you hear the music everywhere. So just having a good time. Neighbors ain't bothering nobody. Everybody having a good time. So I just slipped and hit my back. So everybody like, man, damn, you good, man? And I'm like, yeah, man, I'm good, man, hit me up. But at this time, now my back wet, and I'm still having this matter of the heart thing. Woo, boy. So going to I hustle into my room, and my homegirls, they see me. So I look at them, and I went into the closet because whatever was about to happen, it was like, when you about to throw up and you got to hustle to the bathroom to hurry up and get it into some type of place that it ain't going to be all over the floor. It was kind of like that moment where I was like, let me get in my closet so I can deal with my feelings right now. I don't know what's going on, but whatever is going on is forcing me to deal with my feelings right now. And so I run into my room, and all that grief, all that regret, all that pain in my heart, bro, I started crying. So my friends come in and they see me and they don't know why I'm crying. They don't know why I'm crying. I'm uncontrollably crying. You ain't seen no man cry. It's very uncomfortable for a woman when a man is crying. They don't know what to do. It's like, oh my fucking God. If this nigga's crying, what are we gonna do? So man, I'm telling you, man, these women jumped into action. Like I tell you, it was every piece of everybody in the house. They could have took everybody out of my room, and they closed out the bathroom. They closed out the room where nobody could come in. And boy, I cried. And in the middle of this cry, I looked over, and I got this painting of my mom and my sister at my graduation. I was the first person in my family to graduate. And boy, I bust out crying. I'm talking about big, big crying, because that's where the grief was coming from. I lost these two people that knew me best. Ooh, all that grief, bro, I was crying. And then this is when I knew it was God interfering, because bro, I started laughing in the middle of my cry. It was like, ha, 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 ha. And I was happy the music was so loud in the house, and there was so many people having a good time, and the volumes were so elevated that I could have this cry in the midst of everybody else's joy. And man, it was people come in to check on me, and my homeboy, he came in and he took a picture of me. And some people would say, why your friend come in and take a picture of you? And that's what I thought at first. And then I said, I said, God, why would my friend come there and take a picture of me? And then the next day, my homeboy sent me the picture. He was like, I ain't want nobody else to see it, but I just want you to see what I was looking at last night. Like, I was kind of scared for you. And I got to see what the fuck was going on, man. Like, I got to see it. And when people look at that picture, bro, they don't understand that, bro, I had so much grief in my heart that forced me to be so cold to people. Man, you don't know what it, I think a lot of you know what it feels like to shut your heart off because people are so cold. Especially when you're in a cold place in your heart because you lost something that you wasn't able to control. Because we are control freaks in nature. We want everything our way because this is our experience. But boy, when God takes somebody from you and you got to deal with it. So that day in that closet, bro. So I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. My friends are like sitting in the bed, they playing, and when I got up, I didn't feel heavy no more. Whatever that pain was, it ain't went away. Man, I felt light on my feet. I felt like I had won an award. Like, man. Okay. When you win a spiritual war, bro, spiritual wars are different, man. You can't see it. Somebody be smiling right in your face and be dead. You just, and so that was the day when I woke up and I washed myself off. I had to get around some water, so I took a bath and I came back out, and that was my born again date. What I cried out to God for, what was in my heart, God said, okay, let me relieve all that stress that you done told me to relieve. Let me let it off. And man, so when people be telling me about God, I be like, who God is you talking about? What God are you talking about? You talking about the God you can see? You talking about the money God? You talking about the sex God? What are you talking about? Because I had a sex addiction. And the thing is, a lot of people didn't know it. A lot of people didn't know it. I'm in your face smiling. And then that was the day I said, I need to be complete. I need something in this department that completes me. I need a feminine energy that completes me. I need a wife. I had a bunch of homegirls that were friends, but I needed a wife. I needed something personal to me. And so in my heart, that's what I cried. I said, God, I need a wife. God was like, what type of wife you want? Be very detailed about what you asking for. Very, very, very detailed, because some of this stuff you're gonna be mad that they're trying to show you, that this spouse that you asked for, you're gonna be mad if they trying to get the best out of you, but it's exactly what you asked for when you was crying out. So I asked for my wife, man. And 2 years later from that date, probably a little bit earlier, two years and some change, I'm a married man to the woman that I love. I don't even think about cheating. Like, my body is not even a sexual body no more. Like, I don't even feel lustful. So when I be in my marriage, man, I don't even think about no other woman. When I see another woman, I be looking at, I be seeing like matrix numbers, like zeros and ones. I don't take no stock into none of this earthly stuff, man. And I be talking to people and I be trying to shake them out of this daze. Like, man, you don't see the God that I done seen. If you seen the God I done seen, you done shook yourself up. You ain't had no birthday yet. You ain't died yet. Rock bottom is when you cry from your heart and you say, God, I want something different in my life. What I was doing before that, no, that ain't it. That was the magic beans that somebody done sold somebody. So man, look at you looking at me, man. And then people, when they come over and they become a believer of Yahshua the Christ, Jesus the Christ, whatever you call him, but call him the Christ, Christ. Anyways, when you become a believer, people believe that things for you. Well, when you have that spiritual experience, I want you to understand something. Go read the word. Go read it. And if you're an African American, go read it 15 times. Go read what it says. It ain't gonna cost you too much time. Go read. Go read how you done got yourself in this situation many a time before. Many a time before. And then you get ruled over by people and you don't like it. You cry out to God. Let me drink some water real quick, y'all. It's hot outside. Woo. So people become when you become a believer, they believe that everything changes and all the things start getting rosy. Well, that moment is only temporary because when you're a believer of Jesus Christ, what you're gonna read in that book is it comes with much suffering. And if you believe on the one true God, oh, it's gonna come with much suffering. You might have to give your life for what you believe in. When I hear Christians and when I hear Islam, I was saying, boy, these people from Islam be ready to die by theirs. And when I see the true believers, they won't fight for nothing. I say, these people, they don't play by nothing. Just in faith. It takes a lot to go and sit on your knees and pray 5 times a day. Do the same thing 5 times a day. Every day. You know how much faith that takes? Now, there's some Christians that pray that much. But how you, like, look here. What I've been learning about this game is for all the people that's praising God, there's some people out there praising the devil. They praising a lot harder than you. They super praising. They out there doing the devil's work all day. Because they know if you stop doing the foolishness, then the world can rest. So they ain't gonna stop. Got to keep moving. Got to keep recruiting. Who needs some money? Who needs some money? Man, this is what God been showing me. He said, go out there and look at your people. He said, read this word, then go look out at your people. Go look at them. Look how dirty they treat themselves. Look at them. Look at how you used to do yourself. And then God took me back through all of them times where my mouth had almost got me killed, or I had almost said something to somebody, or I said something to destroy a woman, or man, he just took me back through all of these little things, these little hoe shits I done did in my life. He was like, well, this is why your life is the way it is. You see how you treat people? And I had to, man, when you are confronted, man, when God showed me back, you see these people these women you was having sex with. You see them women? Look at him, bro. Look at what you was doing to yourself. I'm glad you wore a condom. I'm glad you listened to that part, what I was trying to tell you. But man, look at what. bruh, I had to take a long bath, like when you feel like you done defiled yourself. Like, man, what the hell was I doing? So when I'm a counselor now and I'm sitting out here and I'm talking to men and I'm saying, hey guys, I see what you're going through. I played the dusty game a long time. I see what you're doing. I know why you having sex with all the women. I know why. I ain't hung on side, y'all. When you're a sex addict, it's only natural that you find other sex addicts that attach themselves to you. It's the only way this thing works. You have to break free of the habit. When you break free of the habit, you're going to find out who was just there for the good time. This is what I'm starting to notice on my own. Not everybody got to tell me to do something. I'm finding this out on my own. I'm growing up. I'm a 7-year-old believer in Yahshua the Christ, Jesus the Christ. Whatever you call him the Christ. Now, I play myself real easy because I'm 7 years old. So when I ain't changed my eating diet habits, I'm 7 years old. What a 7-year-old like? Give them some McDonald's. They're going to love McDonald's. They're going to fight you for McDonald's. So this is me in my 7-year-old saying, oh, I'm going to have to wake up one day. Maybe I'll be 10 years old. And my body will say, okay, you're 10 years old now. But you're not a 10-year-old baby. You're a 10-year-old believer. And it's time for you to go ahead and fix your eating habits. And that's when I will make the change. But I'm young now, I'm working myself in. People be trying to get you to play real fast in a marathon game. Getting you to make rash decisions in a marathon game. So what I'm saying is, for you believers out there, you are dealing with lost people. You are dealing with lost people. Sometimes you're going to have to say something to them that's going to hurt their feelings because they don't do they might know, but if you ain't doing, it's like, okay, it's like somebody saying, man, we went out there and we worked on the car today. Boy, I'm tired. And then you sitting there talking about, oh, I just saw somebody on the TV work on the car. You didn't do no work. You was just sitting there watching on the damn TV. It's not the same as getting out and doing the damn work. So you trying to convince lost people to put the faith with the works, and they sitting there like, I'm gonna just do the works. You take care of the faith department. Okay, I'm gonna do the works. No. God said, if you just want to do the works and you leave the faith over there for somebody else to do, then guess what's gonna happen in the middle? Somebody gonna jump in, intercept the message, and get on about their business. This is what I'm learning as a 7-year-old. I'm not a 7-year-old baby. I'm a 7-year-old believer. So I'm a baby with the understanding of an adult, of a 44-year-old man. So I don't be fooled by no sucker conversations. God told me to anybody that don't deal on my side is a op. That's what I learned as a 7-year-old believer. If you don't believe, you are op. Because God's world is hot and it's cold. It ain't nothing in between with people who don't believe in nothing. They, don't believe nothing good nor bad. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna play the fence. Them people are the scariest people on earth. They not gonna make a decision. Or if they to serve God, they gonna serve the devil. You just play the fence. I ain't gonna say nothing about nothing. I see this rape and molestation going on. And you know what I learned? When God told me to look back over all of these addictions, when I was in my sex addiction, this is what I learned. Most of these women I was dealing with had got molested or raped. Most of them molested or raped. And I start seeing their personality type. God was like, what type of personality did they have after this thing had happened? And I started looking at the personality types. Hypersexuality, fearful, lack of security, not trustful, protected, guarded, angry. When I started looking at my sister's situation, so my sister, if you want to go look back at that story, my sister, after my sister done passed and gone, I found out my sister was molested as a 3-year-old by a woman. And so my sister grew up as a lesbian. And so God's like, see, go look. I didn't change nobody. It was these goddamn humans out here molesting and raping these kids. That's why these kids out here is transgender and all these other things. I made you perfect. I made you in my image. Don't play with me. Don't let these humans fool you with all these stupid conditions. These people that put these curses on you, they curse you every day. Because everybody that won't restore you is here to destroy you. Have African Americans, when we got kidnapped from where we got kidnapped from, have we been restored? No way. Because you still the footstool and servant to somebody else. And they know you the servant. Everybody know the nigga is the servant. Everybody know. They won't say, but they know. Don't be fooled by anyone. They know. That's why when 2020 happened, it was like, I throw some money out there for them because you're going to have to calm them down. Because that cry out to God will be too loud and God might hear it. Woo, let's throw some money at them, give them some diversity, inclusion, and all the other stuff. Delay it. Because after we give them the money, they're going to shut up. All they want to do is be comfortable in Egypt. That's what I'm looking at for my people. I'm studying you, people. I'm studying you, African Americans. When I studied this Drake and Kendrick beef, I said that's a battle of ideologies. The party and bullshit era, which is Drake, and the hey, when we gonna get our shit together and get free from these people era, which is Kendrick. Who you finna do and what you finna do? Go listen to his whole catalog and watch how he changed. You go look at Drake's catalog and watch how he's digressed. He's still the young person, ideology-wise. He might have grown up in age, but his music is not grown. His music is still with Sexy Red. There is no growth in the words. Just party, have sex with women, don't never commit, no new friends, no new connections, stay with the same people that's holding you back. That's the type of life. What you find out in God's world is you gonna have to let some people go, let them figure out things on their own. They come back, cool. If they don't, cool with it either way. But I play myself really easy and I'm very observant, especially of black people, because when you're trying to free a lost people and they don't see stuff, you don't have to point it out to them. It's going to hurt their feelings. They're going to be mad at you. So when I call myself the good narcissist, for every bad, there's a good. If the intention in your heart is good, then you are good. And plus my last name Goodo, so I just took the the EAU off, and it's good. So that's what I'm talking about. So I'm a good narcissist. So for a narcissist that wouldn't tell you, I'm going to be the narcissist that do tell you. Ask all my homegirls. I've been giving them the game. That's when I be mad when they be getting, these super smart women be getting beat by street bums. They just getting beat at. Like, I don't know why I'm addicted to street bums. Your music addicted to street bums. Your heart is addicted to street bums. That's why you so smart and you addicted to a street bum that don't want nothing for his life. He don't have no ambition. Who he pray to? What God does he pray to? Ooh, God told me to ask this question to women. What God are you praying to? Because when you submit to that man, you're going to take on his ideas. So if he ain't praying to no God, he don't have no spiritual discipline, he ain't made no commitment to God. He don't never make no commitment to you. So that's why I be asking, like, who he pray to? I'm like, what are you doing? What? You know, women get oblivious. What are you doing? Who does he pray to? It's the man of your dreams. Who gives him his plan? Is it the devil? Because if it ain't God, it's everything else. But I can't tell this shit to no woman. They know every motherfucking thing. I'm sitting there I had a homegirl, right? And I just did her domestic violence story. Please go check that out. Especially women. I know y'all hate to hear the hard truth. The hard truth might save your life. Might save your life. My hard truth, when I give it to women, I say it just to men the same way might even be harsher to the men. Because they supposed to take it. But women, they don't want this pain. They want all the pleasure, none of the pain of being a man. So that accountability, when I hit it with that accountability, who he talking, who he submit to? Who gave him his marching orders? Who he work for? Work for? What's he mean? So you gotta be working for somebody? We all working for somebody, dog. Or you working for nobody at all. You just sitting on the fence. And that's the worst man to be. He ain't gonna get up and fight for you. He ain't gonna fight for them kids. He ain't gonna fight for nothing. He gonna have sex with you and he gonna leave. And if he have to give you a ring pop, which is making you his girlfriend, that's how they sucker y'all today. They say, "Oh, you my girlfriend." Only say now, shit, you my girlfriend now, so now you gotta have sex with me. Have sex with me. All in their mind is have sex with me. Have sex with me. If every song came on, what was in most of these men's mind is get money, get money, get money. But what's to get money for? The get money is to have sex. Get money, have sex. Get money, have sex. To have sex, you gotta accumulate a lot of women. I'm a sex addict. I know how this game plays. I know how it works out for women in the end. Emotions involved, all of these things they're not ready for, all of this undue pain and trauma, all because you got into a relationship with a man that kind of forced you to have sex with him. Kept bringing up, man, come on, man, have sex with me. And they don't have no real formal training on communication. Have sex with me. Damn, dog, we talked for 2 hours. Damn, dog, have sex with me. I'd be like, so you still getting beat up by street bums because in your heart, you feel empty. Ha ha. Okay, so then you get rid of the man, finally. I'm going to tell y'all how y'all get rid of these men. Start going to church. Start going to a church where a strong man go. And then start eating right. So yeah, I'm just changing my diet. I don't want to eat that no more. I'm going to just start eating vegetables and shit. So you cook them their stuff, but just start eating vegetables. Then start praying every night. Like, praying for what you want. Intentions of your heart. Y'all be trying to fight these niggas and argue. You gonna get out of my house. Change your behavior. This motherfucker get up and run. Accountability. Oh my God, let's go to church. Scram. Nope, you don't want to change. You think this shit gonna work. I be looking at my daughter like, okay, now that you done shook your hand, you still gonna go do the chores. I don't give a damn what you feel. But I just don't understand. It's so unfair. You know what's unfair? There's some children out there that don't get none of this training. And they want it so bad. And you sit up here fighting over some fucking dishes that when you turn 18, you're going to have to wash them dishes yourself. My kids be trying to, I be like, you got about 6 good years because you 13, we don't let you 19, get out of college. Man, you going to be on your own. You have to wash them dishes yourself every day for the rest of your life unless you can afford a maid. But you like to cook. You want to cook, but you don't want to clean up. So my thing is, my God in these 7 years say, you ain't got to check them. Check the behavior. I ain't got to tell you you ugly and you a bad person. I ain't got to tell you none of that. I'm going to check your behavior. On the spot. Hey, man, I don't like to put full effort into everything. I learned a lot of things as a 7-year-old Christian because, of course, I'm not a baby. I'm a believer. God even showed me when I left the belief. When I stopped believing. It's around the time my dad left. And my spirit was hurting a little bit. Like, the further away you get from your dad, man, you don't see him as much. So your spirit start hurting. I start acting out of school. I don't know why I'm doing this, but it's a reason. So when I Man, look at here. When people come cancel with me, you finna walk. Come get on this. Man, I be like, me and be like, hey, man, I ain't come walk with you. Oh, you gonna get this counseling? You gonna get this counseling on this walk? I'm trying to work out muscles. I'm trying to work your spiritual muscle, your physical muscles, and your mental muscles. You're gonna have to think when you tired and the tired starting to hurt, and you can't put you like, oh man, I'm so tired. Come push through with it real quick. And when you finally push through, then you feel a little bit more free to trust what I'm trying to say to you. But people just be sitting up in there, sitting back on a couch, shit, crying and shit. Fuck all that crying, man. Get up and get active. Work them muscles. Spiritual, physical, mental. Work them muscles. Work them, work them, work them. How do you work physical muscles? You can go plant a garden. Get out there in that sun. You can go walk. You can go do something physical, something active. Go jump at the trampoline park. Go do something active, physical muscles. Then you got mental muscles. This is your mental health, something that you do spirit or mental that helps you put yourself in a good balance. Most times I tell people cleaning up your house, fixing your grooming habits, taking a bath, take a bath, cleaning up your outside environment, cleaning up your yard. All of these things are mental things that help you get clarity. Where you can see when all of your house all junked up, you can't see up in there. So you got to work the mental muscles. You got to get yourself in a good mental space. But first, before getting in the mental space, clean out your space. And I'm telling you, it'll help. When you make a step towards God, God make a step towards you. So then we got the spiritual muscle. Get a spiritual discipline. Learn how to worship. Learn how to read the Bible. Get some understanding of the Bible. Go get you some Bible study. YouTube right there in y'all face, man. Go watch some of these pastors break down these scriptures that you talking about. The algorithm listening to you anyways. Give them something to talk about. So, hey, man, I need to learn about Amos chapter 4 today. And then somehow on your YouTube, a YouTube pastor will be talking about Amos chapter 4. Come on now, you know how it go. But get some spiritual about yourself. Get some understanding. With understanding, man, all things come. Wisdom really comes with understanding. But if you don't understand, oh, get out of here. You like a child. You could be up in age, but you still think like a child. So I don't really deal with people that lack understanding. In the Bible, they refer to them as fools. So I seek in my life to get far away from fools. 7 years, man. I be taking myself real easy, man. My wife be reminding me to be careful with myself, man. Like, man, don't beat yourself up, man. You learning. You don't know. You learning how to do this. I'm learning how to be a business owner. I'm learning how to be a spiritual leader of some sort. I'm learning how to deal with my people, my African-American people who come with so much pride and so much ego and so little understanding. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. I done gave y'all a lot today. But this is all from the heart, man. And this is me being a 7-year-old believer in Yahshua the Christ, man, believing in the message, believing in the master, believing that I need a master. Like when people, some people on this earth, they don't feel they need a master. But some people go and they take all these different MMA disciplines, and they know that when taking this discipline, when you walk in the door, if you go up to the master and you say, man, I want to challenge you, he'll whoop your ass on the spot. You need to learn from a master. Why not learn from God in the flesh? Why not?